It's a wasteland. The ground is covered in tar, the air is black and smoky, unbreathable, and it rains poison. With a description like this, you would imagine that the music would be dark and grotesque, maybe even disgusting and containing elements of horror. However, within the Tarsands exist a group of beings that are mysterious and unexpected, and the music actually represents their longing for understanding their place in the world of Kenshi, and the overall sadness and sorrow, the mournful feeling that's within their culture. The Tarsands ambient layer is mysterious, but thick, like the black smoke in the air. However, at other times, it's reminiscent of the oil-slicked ground and the mechanical and electronic components that are strewn about the entire wasteland. On top of this layer, we wanted to add some soloists, so we thought of a variety of instruments that would work and capture the passionate sorrow of the Tarsands biome. So we came up with the following: solo violin, very passionately played, a single female vocalist singing in a Bulgarian style, but also with a little bit of our Kenshi vibe, and a variety of whirlwind instruments like the flute, various recorders, things of that nature. And last but not least, we also, at some moments, feature a piano-based instrument. In regards to the key, we decided to write everything in D natural minor, which we all know, of course, is the saddest of all keys. We did try a couple other things, like D Dorian, Phrygian, the modal stuff, but we found we didn't like that as much. We enjoyed the natural sorrow that is in D natural minor, and it gave us a lot of options of minor chords, because we didn't want to use major and stay awake from any kind of happy feeling in this biome. We went through a number of revisions when trying to define the music of the Tarsands. I think around 6 demos in total is what I went through. In each one we found out something useful. At the beginning, the piano had too large of a role, and we decided to make it a secondary instrument. And then we found out the pacing was a little bit too quick. So we still wanted the performances to be passionate, but we could slow it down, extend the tension, if you will. And then we changed a couple things about the ambiances. We didn't want as much electronic or industrial or mechanical sounds in there, just a hint of it. A couple other things about the instruments themselves, and then of course we decided on the group, the violin, vocals, piano, and whirlwinds, as our primary focus for all the live music. Recording the music for the Tarsands was really interesting. Now, doing the stuff like the ambiances and the electronic components of the score, that was pretty standard. But when we went to the studio with the musicians, that's when it got interesting. We had to be creative because we're creating such an interesting, kind of unique and different sound for the Tarsands that instead of being in the control room listening through the speakers as I normally would, I had to be in the same room as the musicians. This was great though, because it gave us both a chance to talk about the piece, our goals, how to create the feeling we wanted, and I would conduct it, not only giving them the traditional conducting movements and everything, but through facial expressions, I was able to convey various emotions as they were playing the melody. It's a very intimate one-on-one thing, and I've never done it before, so it's a little weird, but I'm pretty happy with the results, and I think it turned out quite well. The Tarsands music was implemented just like every other biome before it. However, our music system has fundamentally changed since its original inception. Now, if you go in the options menu of the game, there is a music frequency slider that you can adjust. This determines how often you hear the music, Maybe you want to hear it super often, maybe not so much. Whatever you choose, the game engine now sends a signal to say to the music system, trigger now, whether it's every 5 minutes, 10, 15, whatever you pick. Then that trigger says, okay, these layers play. It's still randomized, so you might get various ambient and instrument layers. It's still very rare for them to happen consecutive times, over and over, repeating again, but that's what's changed. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned a bit about the Tarsands music. Please feel free to share, like, subscribe, comment, and if you'd like to support this video series, you can do so on Patreon. Thanks.